Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Mhm.
Good morning, ma'am.
We're going to start with a new new chapter. Let's begin with it. Just a moment. I have some video for you all. Is the screen visible and audible as well? Yes,
Yes,
friends. So once upon a time, a short story of a hare and a
Yes,
tortoise.
ma'am.
I guess it's a little fast. Just focus on the slides. Most of us are aware of first version of it, where a hare and tortoise are having a race, a competition. You know this version. Slow and steady wins the race. This moral we have grown up with, but the story continues. The hare was disappointed at losing the race. Why did I lose the race? He was thinking. Because he was overconfident. He had not taken things probably for granted. He would have won. So he challenged the tortoise to another race, and for which the tortoise agreed. And this time the hare went all out and ran without stopping from the start to finish to win. Fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. It's good to be slow and steady, but it's better to be fast and reliable. You climb the organizational ladder methodically, systematically. So, but the story doesn't end here as well. The tortoise did some thinking like the hare and realized that there's no way he can beat the hare in the race. The way it was currently formatted. How can I win the race? This is usually we think in our life. He thought for a while and challenged the hare to for another race, but a slightly different route, for which the hare agreed. Can we have another race? This time we'll go through a different route altogether. They started off in keeping with his self made commitment to the consistently fast. The hare took off and ran to the top speed but was halted at the river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. And we all know what would have been the end. The tortoise won the race in this different route wherein he swam across the river and hare couldn't. So first identify your core competencies and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. In organization, if you are a good speaker, make sure you create opportunities for yourself. Identify your strength, analyze them and use them. Working on your strength will only get noticed if you work on it. But the story still hasn't ended. The hare and tortoise by this time became friends and they realized how we can do much better. So hare said, "Hi buddy, how about doing our last race again?" For which the tortoise agreed. But here they thought both differently and in collaboration. They started off, and this time the hare carried the tortoise, and later, when the river came, they swam across where the hare was on his back of the tortoise. And they both won the race. They both felt a great sense of satisfaction than the earlier race. It's good to be individually brilliant and to have strong core competencies, but unless you are able to work in team and harness each other's competency, you'll not find that excellent, outstanding result. Teamwork definitely changes the perspective about situational leadership, letting the person with the relevant core competency win together. These are the life lessons, not only about situational leadership, but collaboratively we can learn. There are so many other stories wherein CEO of Coca Cola, he has faced with intense competition from Pepsi and then he focused in a different way. He decided to stop competing Pepsi. He asked his executive to think differently and to have that particular different outlook. The public should reach for Coke whenever they felt of drinking water. So he hit the base. To end his Coke up, went up for vending machines, and the rest is history. Never give up when faced with failure. Fast and consistent definitely beats slow and steady. Work on your competency. Compete the situation not against the rival. Pooling resource and working as team will always beat individual performers. This is very important lesson. Let's go and build strong teams. Yes, friends. How did you find the story? Most of y'all were aware of the hare and tortoise story before. Was it a different flair, or probably you were aware about it?
It was different, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It was different.
Yes? Any reflections?
Yes, ma'am. I think as per the story, he was very overconfident.
Who was
And
overconfident? I want the class to participate. This is something which all of us have grown up with, listening such kind of parables and stories from our elders, from our peers, isn't it? Can we have a better participation with more new faces today? बहुत ही आसान टॉपिक है ये, लेकिन बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. Quick reflections. Anybody?
Yes, ma'am. The story tells about overconfidence of the hare, but later on, after analyzing himself, he came to know what are the drawbacks and how we can try to cope up. But again, it was a competition. But and he did not think about both the sides. And later part was end part was about the teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are in a company or anywhere, say in a college or working, so you need not to be overconfident about your skills and competencies. You have to have the ability or your behavior should be, your thinking should be of teamwork. And whenever you compete, you should compete according to your competencies.
So basically, first of all, yes, we need not be overconfident about ourselves and our team both. Second important thing which we identified from the story is you need to identify your core competencies. I mentioned about core competencies in the earlier session. What are the core competencies? What do we understand from this? What is meaning of core competency? This is very important, friends. Did I mention something about SWOT analysis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Strength, weaknesses, opportunity, threats. Identify.
Opportunities, threats, you need to identify. And how you're going to apply it. You should know your strengths, you should know your weaknesses, you need to identify your opportunities, you need to identify your threats. For that purpose, you need to analyze yourself. You need to analyze yourself and the individuals with whom you're working, probably, if you are a leader. Okay. So when we talk about SWOT analysis, usually I give an example wherein traditionally we are taught by our parents and the upbringing which we have been. I mean, there is a good amount of thought process behind it also in that era. For example, agar, if you think about the examination patterns and the way the study used to be done, definitely has undergone little change. And in this pandemic with the virtual online sessions, definitely again it is in the transition phase further. There would be new models of learning further, right? So what in the earlier my generation we have brought up by understanding that uh, okay, few of them have given in the chat that you couldn't hear the hare and tortoise story. No problem. We will be discussing it throughout the session sometimes, and the typical story of the hare and tortoise has been discussed right now, wherein the hare is a winner, wherein we say that slow and steady wins the race. And this is the typical story we have been brought up, the stories from, at least my grandparents or parents, we can say, of my age. Okay, so definitely the story has gone some changes as the situations changed, as the world is changing. Slow and steady wins the race is no more applicable now. Okay, same is the case with the SWOT analysis I was talking about. Just when we talk about strengths and weaknesses, okay, if there was a typical understanding given by our parents that okay, in the early, I mean, it was observed that uh, in the 10th study or 12th examination, uh, maximum failures used to happen in maths or English, based on what type of school you're going, based on what type of, so many factors are responsible, basically not just one. School, your area, your own willpower, how much efforts you put, and so on and so forth. There are multiple things which are involved. But then the approach was taken based upon the subject complexity, and accordingly, it was said that okay, maths कच्चं आहे ना तुझं, त्याच्यावर focus कर. You have so much efforts put on the weaker subject, okay, and then कैसे भी करके आपको वो subject निकाल लेना है बस. That was the attitude and approach.
तापले पाणी
आता आंघोळीला जाणार आहेस का? कोण आहे हा? अभिषेक जंगम, पाणी नंतर तापवा बेटा, आपण आता सेशन अटेंड करतोय ना. See your mics, please observe them. Yeah, we were at the point wherein I was talking about strengths and weaknesses, and traditionally we have been brought up with an understanding that whatever your weaknesses is there, work on it so that you will not fall on your face when you actually give your examination. Okay, nothing wrong in that. I don't want to challenge that, but the things are changing. The world is so fast. The world is changing, and the approach, I mean, this is my individual understanding. Few of them may differ and cling to the earlier traditional way of thinking, but few of us should have to walk with the time. Samay ke saath chalo. Okay, and what the Samay is saying to us, when we talk about our strengths and weaknesses, friends, it is the time to work on your strengths now. World is not that cool enough to bear your weaknesses on which you're focusing. World is ruthless, world is shrewd, and you need to be smarter. होता क्या था कि टिपिकल सब्जेक्ट्स थे 10th एंड 12th में, एंड टिपिकली वी यूज्ड टू बी आस्क्ड टू फोकस ऑन योर वीकनेसेस, एंड यू वी यूज्ड टू गेट सो मच involved in that weaker subject. There was fear, there was out of fear so many suicidal cases have come up. Okay, because focus was, your attention focus was on the weaker part of your own self. Okay, your weaknesses. And then we, major time was invested, major effort was invested, major discussion in the house was invested focusing on our weaknesses, kahan hum kam hai. And in that kind of a situation, in that kind of a dramatic things which came up, in that there were so many problems. The solution was not the way it should have been, and the person might have worked on the weaker subject, worked on the weaker subject, thought process on the weaker subject, discussion in the house, ह्याला हे जमतच नाहीये, काय करणार, क्लास लावा, go for class, go for coaching, go for this, go for that, take help. Sometimes even irritation of comparing, sometimes even irritation of grabbing or seeking help of someone forcibly. शिकव जरा, ह्याला डोकत जात नाहीये गणित. Or how weak that person is in English, he doesn't know anything, he cannot excel in life. So all the negativities were focused, and accordingly that person, the student, might have been bombarded with so many negativity, and probably the positivity in that person was totally ignored. It was ignored. You are vulnerable to this situation when you work as well, when you study as well, even now in this generation. But then the smarter way to look towards the problem, which I wanted to share over here with the hare and tortoise story also, is focus on your strengths, your core competencies. Zamana ke saath chalo, things have to be changed. Rather, now I would say for my daughter, okay, XYZ subject is not good. Okay, give some time every day, 1 hour probably. That subject has to be taken care of. आपको उसमें pass होना है. लेकिन I want you to focus more. Please see the transition now. See the paradigm shift of mindset. I don't want to focus more on your weaknesses. Better, you are very good in XYZ other skill, PQR, in some ABC skills. I'm just talking about these words because I don't want to be again, biased in my approach by saying that, okay, whatever thing, for example, my daughter, she's good at art, no problem. Let her focus on art. I want my child to focus on her strengths, not her on weaknesses. At the same time, I need to be cautious enough to say that, yes, please invest some time on the other subject which you feel boring or which you're not interested, because that will affect your performance. Probably that is not your core competency. I need to identify the core competency. It is not that simple to just say that because it is boring and not interested, that is not your core competency. ये भी बोलना गलत है. There are exercises, there are certain tests which identify your core competencies. कहाँ आप अच्छे हो, आपको ही मालूम नहीं रहता कभी कभी, एंड वो इवॉल्व हो जाता है सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप के हिसाब से. एज एन एग्जांपल, या you emerge to be a good player, you emerge to be a good decision maker, you emerge to be being a good smart worker, a team organizer. Okay, आपको ही आपकी काबिलियत पे शक नहीं होना चाहिए. Things get evolved sometimes even at this level of maturity, at graduation, after graduation level also, many of you all are not aware about your own capabilities. Like for example, people think of which specialization I should take for MBA. Okay, right now it is very raw stage. Once these 4 months go, maybe 3 to 4 months go, you are in a position, because you have had some common understanding about so many subjects in MBA in managerial aspect. थोड़ा पर्सपेक्टिव आपको ब्रॉडन करना पड़ेगा, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई which area is suitable to you based upon your core competency. You'll come to know that, okay, this I think is interesting me because of its application in the industry, because of ease of learning, because it interests me, because I have that skill set in me. You have to question yourself. That will give your core competencies also. Okay, and you need to understand your strengths, skill in that, reskill, upskill. Okay, you need to go and take efforts by after identifying your core competency and work on the strengths. That's how I actually treat my daughter, right? आपकी जो वीकनेसेस है उसको संभालो, कंट्रोल में रखो, लेकिन आपकी जो स्ट्रेंथ्स है, गुड अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क शुड बी डन ऑन दैट, वंडरफुल रिजल्ट्स यू गेट. ये थोड़ा पैराडाइम शिफ्ट होना चाहिए आपके माइंडसेट में. Focus on your strengths, friends, so that you excel in that. It is as a simple understanding, but definitely good amount of efforts are required there. So ये आपकी सोच होनी चाहिए. So that is the core competency and that is the significance of SWOT analysis. So strengths को identify करो, weaknesses को identify करो, weaknesses को control में रखो, लेकिन focus, your full attention should be on your strengths. That is going to lead you to the destiny in a very, very outstanding way, right? So that your self confidence भी fluctuate नहीं होगा and you take interest and you excel forward. Okay, at the same time you need to focus on your opportunities and threats also. That we will take sometimes later, because the topic right now is not SWOT analysis, but I wanted you all to understand the core competency and the difference between how to focus and not focus, whether it is a weakness or a strength, when you want to achieve your destination on the individual basis as well as on a team basis. So this ice-breaking story which I talked about regarding the hare and tortoise has many other understandings and learnings also. Slow and steady wins the race was a traditional thinking. Further, the story progressed, wherein it focused on identifying your core competencies and then work on them. So the hare thought in a different way, and he actually came up with a different idea. What was that idea, friends? What was that idea which the hare thought? What was the story? There were two twists in the story. Once the hare thought of a different innovative way, and the later time the tortoise thought in a different way. Wherein the tortoise की बात मैं बोल रही हूँ कि उसने different route लिया. What was the hare's understanding? Yes, friends. What was the hare's understanding? He again asked for a race. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there any difference?
Second time the route was changed.
Yeah, but then that was the idea of the tortoise. Yes, friends. मैंने पूछा तो अलग होना ही चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं है. There was no other difference in that. The only thing is that the hare actually initiated to have it again, and this time he was consistent. He was consistent and he was alert. He identified his core competency and he won the race. Whereas the tortoise later on came up with the innovative idea, and he identified his core competency and he changed the route wherein there was a river also. The hare was overconfident by this time, and koi bhi route ho, I am the winner because I have that inbuilt strength of being a fast runner. Okay, the only thing is that I need to have consistency, which he had worked on. But then he was overconfident and he did not understand the other perspective of the tortoise, what he might be thinking. And then when the hare ran, he won up till the river, and then later on he was stuck up there. The tortoise took over, he swam across the river and he won the race. And the hare was just across at the other end of the bank still. He couldn't swim. This was the third version of the story, right? And what was the other last version? The version of our interest over here.
And teamwork.
There are two important concepts. You need to understand the story in the next session also, because next session we are going to talk about leadership. So situational leadership bhi aa gayi tortoise ki, as well as cooperation from the hare. That is, jab tak land hai, you will carry me on your back, said the tortoise. And jab river aayegi, I'll carry you across the river. दिस इज द टीम एफर्ट, एंड ये एक्चुअली सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप के हिसाब से भी बहुत जरूरी है अंडरस्टैंडिंग. ओके, बिकॉज इनोवेशन भी है यहाँ पे. इंडिविजुअल कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी आइडेंटिफिकेशन का भी ये स्टोरी हमको समझ देती है. एज एट द सेम टाइम, ओके, अंडरस्टैंडिंग द importance of teamwork also is one more learning over here. Okay, apart from situational leadership, and together they won with a collaborative effort, wherein your core competency of A person as well as B person together is going to win the race, is today's understanding that you and I need to follow. And most importantly, when you actually compete with each other, whether it may be in the personal life or professional life, please remember, student, please remember that you need not compete with that person on a personal front. You need not compete on the personal front. You need to focus on the what? What was the understanding?
Competencies. We
You
need
need
to
you need to actually work in collaboration and compete with the actual goal by taking help of competencies of both. If you are working in an organization, smooth working of the organization is also important apart from successful achieving the target. And for that purpose, human being are the assets. You and I together as team can build castles. And more importantly, आपका satisfaction level भी high रहेगा जब आप एक दूसरे को मदद करते हो. In double quotes and highlight, not during the exams, huh? I think you need to smile here. On the virtual platform, I cannot see y'all. So, अगर टेस्ट हो, आपकी एग्जाम हो, तो टीम वर्क नहीं करना चाहिए वहां पे. ओके, दैट वी विल डू एट आवर एंड व्हेन वी हो अरेंज फॉर योर टेस्ट्स एंड योर एग्जाम्स. ओके, तो आप लोगों को टीम वर्क वहां नहीं दिखाना चाहिए. ओके, well, when you work together, you need to show your teamwork, identify your strengths and weaknesses, help each other for your weaknesses, और strengths के लिए भी work करो. आपका job satisfaction बहुत high रहेगा because your confidence is built up because the sense of belongingness and the togetherness team में आ जाती है, whether it is in a personal front or professional. Each one of you is unique and distinct. कहीं जाके आगे आपको एक दूसरे की मदद लेने की बारी आ सकती है. The world is round. Okay, I hope you remember that story also, that one piece of wooden stick, if you take, you can break, for example, right? A small stick. Okay, but when you actually tie up the bundle of such sticks together, okay, you cannot break it. All of us have heard this, right? एक ही से बढ़, strength of unity, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yes. So, all of us, when we are in a house or in a team, in a workplace, each one of us has your own unique ability. You and I are not same. God has gifted us with all our own good potentials. No, not a single person in this class, okay, is dumb. I think each one on this earth is God's creation. So you cannot, God के ऊपर शक नहीं करना चाहिए. In whatever situation, you need to respect each other and you need to understand, have that mindset that the other person is a God's creation. It has to have some distinct abilities, which probably right now is not, you are not aware. Probably even that person is not aware कि उनके अंदर क्या काबिलियत है, right? If you are a good leader further, you will be able to build the team with the best of the team members, not always who are smart, not always who are all intelligent. It has to be combination of different people. Please remember, हर एक के लिए काम होता है, हर एक के लिए एक रोल प्ले करना होता है. और when you are a leader, you need to actually इन सबको एक बांधने की जरूरत होती है, संगठित करने की जरूरत होती है. You need to actually collaborate. In order to have that collaborative effort, you need to build the team. You need to identify the core competency and assign the task. Only then the team is successful. Are you identifying this? Are you understanding this?
Yes, ma'am.
Had it been a class, I would have taken this group exercises, but unfortunately, we cannot go for this uh, group activities and exercises. I would have gone for such kind of interesting exercises. So maybe virtually you can just, maybe sometimes later in the next session, we can discuss if anybody is interested, because वर्चुअल क्लास में, ऑनलाइन क्लास में टाइम की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पाबंदी होती है, बिकॉज अगर कोई कंसेप्ट में एक सेशन में क्लास में लेती हूँ ऑन ऑफलाइन, तो उसके लिए 2 सेशन लगते हैं मुझे ऑनलाइन, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट एबल टू गेट अ फीडबैक फ्रॉम यू ऑल if the class is not interactive much. Okay, so it takes time. So I would have asked you all to play these activities, and we would have understood the sessions, the session concept in a much better way, because each one of you would have played a role there. Okay, anybody in the class has played this activity, especially those who are working?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Which one, Dipali?
This give material, newspaper, straw, and build a tower.
Okay. How was your experience? If you could just in 2 minutes explain it, because I telling would be a one-way lecture. I want you all to, reflect on the things which you have experienced. Yes, Dipali.
Yes, it was straws was given to us to different teams. There was a time हमको time दिया गया था कि इस straw को आपको जोड़ना है in a straight line. So starting में difficult था कि हम
And
straw
most
को
importantly,
जोड़ेंगे
आपको
कैसे.
ग्रुप में डिवाइड किया होगा, राइट?
हाँ, ग्रुप्स थे, 5-5 लोग के ग्रुप्स थे, 4-5 ग्रुप्स. उन सब में competition था. And then we have to arrange the straws in one line. It should be attached.
टाइम प्रेशर था आपके ऊपर?
हाँ, time pressure था. Time bond
What
limitations.
else?
Then we decided, we first discussed कि हमको कैसा करना चाहिए. तो immediately हाँ strategy बनाना, quick thinking. फिर हमने सोचा कि ठीक है, straw को दबाकर हम एक दूसरे के अंदर ये कर सकते हैं, अटैच कर सकते हैं. हाँ, कनेक्ट करके और उसको प्रॉपरली हैंडल भी करना है. अगर एक भी कनेक्शन टूट गया तो आउट ऑफ गेम.
Were there some arguments or fights or some kind of disagreements?
स्टार्टिंग में था, बिकॉज फर्स्ट हमें आइडिया नहीं मिला था कि हम इसको अटैच कैसे करेंगे. तो समवेयर टेलिंग विल यूज समथिंग, सो इट वाज देयर कि नहीं, आपको कुछ यूज नहीं करना है, बस स्ट्रॉ से ही करना है.
So there were limitations.
Yes, only straw was given, so with that only you have to do. So फिर बाद में हमने सोचा नहीं, स्ट्रॉ को दबाकर उसको अच्छे से अंदर अटैच करके सबसे, दैट इज ओनली वन ऑप्शन वी हैव. लेकिन हमको अच्छे से करना है, टीम वर्क करना है. एक को स्ट्रॉ पकड़ना है, दूसरे को फिर जब ज्वाइन करे तो उसको भी वो अच्छे से संभाल के रखना है. So it was team building. सबने एक साथ किया तभी ही पॉसिबल हुआ वो.
And the winning team might have followed these protocols, and
Yes.
the reflections from the team which did not won also are interesting.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
for example, there might have been reflections ki there was no consensus at the beginning ki strategy kaun si le, what was the approach, or probably there were disagreements at every point of time, isn't it? Or time management ठीक तरह से नहीं हुआ, innovations, lack of innovations. And I've seen this exercise when I've played in multiple different scenarios in schools, in colleges, in workplaces. तो वहाँ पे और एक बात होती है कि सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप को इग्नोर भी, नजरअंदाज भी किया जाता है, सप्रेस किया जाता है कभी कभी, बिकॉज ऑफ द डोमिनेंट नेचर ऑफ वन ऑफ द टीम मेंबर. ओके, या कोई बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस का बंदा रहता है टीम में, तो वो डोमिनेट करने की कोशिश करता है. प्लीज रिमेंबर, यू हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट एवरीवन्स व्हाट यू कैन से पर्सपेक्टिव. अगर वो नहीं होता है, the whole team is going to suffer. Okay, so in my team I cannot say that because he is well experienced he will always be applicable for every idea or every task or every assignment. This may be a wrong perception. Or I may say that okay, this person is a topper in the class, so probably he will have a smart idea. Don't go with the preconceived notions. Give every team member equal opportunity to come forward and contribute. Only then something good will happen. because you never know what that particular person is having in his mind or her mind. Good statistics, good tactics, good strategy, innovation, okay, good supportive team member, good leader, good organizer, good timekeeper, okay, and these all roles get evolved. Even sometimes you and I are not aware about it, but ये evolve हो जाता है, provided you have that tolerance level, you have that kind of understanding, empathy, empathetic, not only listening, आपकी communication में आपने सुना होगा empathetic listening, but I should say empathetic understanding also. Give each team member equal opportunity to express. Don't suppress the whenever there is a brainstorming, we can call it as, okay, don't suppress anyone. Give equal opportunity, only then your destiny you will achieve. Otherwise सब लोगों को failure team में रहना पड़ेगा बाद में, okay, just because of your ego, just because of your own perception about a particular team person. Probably किसी के साथ आपका पहले झगड़ा हुआ है, तो वही दिमाग में लेके अगर काम करोगे तो you're going to fall on your face with everyone. Never do this. चाहे वो आदमी आपको पसंद भी ना आए, आपको वो काम से आपको डेस्टिनी तक जाना है. Probably there might have been some misunderstanding, misinterpretation, don't know. So why to have that impact on our work which is given in front of us? Probably that person might be having some good skills. Utilize it for the team effort. Don't ignore such small things whenever you work in team. It's very, very important things and lessons we need to learn from the story and these activities. Okay. Anyone would like to say anything more before I move ahead? Yes.
Ma'am Neha here.
Yes, Neha.
Yes, we have less time, but I just would like to explain my experience in this activity. I also had this activity in my
Yes, please.
organization,
Yes, please.
and
Great.
there were around 6-7 team members in the game, in one team, and we were having one employee वो जो बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपर्ट था उस चीज को करने में, जो एक्टिविटी हमें दी गई थी. It was started with this straw also. और हमें एक पिक्चर दिया गया था कि उस तरह से उसको बनाना है. तो हमारी टीम में पहले बहुत आर्ग्यूमेंट हुई, एंड लेटर ऑन जब काफी लोग आगे बढ़ गए तो आई केम फॉरवर्ड, एंड मेरी टीम में जो बंदा था, बिकॉज मैं उसके साथ में कंटिन्यू मतलब बाजू में बैठ के काम करती थी, तो आई वॉज मोर नोइंग अबाउट हिम कि वो एक्सपर्ट है. बेस्ट ऑफ बोला कि उसमें एक्सपर्ट है, लेट हिम गाइड कैसे करना है, अदरवाइज लूज दिस गेम. एंड देन हमारा ऑलरेडी 20 मिनट वेस्ट हो गया था, एंड अराउंड 45 मिनट्स हमें मिला था. तो वो बहुत अपसेट था क्योंकि लोग उसकी बात नहीं सुन रहे थे. एंड देन मैंने अपनी टीम को बोला कि हम लोग को सुनना चाहिए, उसमें एक्सपर्ट है, हम लोग अपना टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, अदर टीम और लाइक लोग आगे बढ़ चुके. तो जब उसकी बात पे सब लोग एग्री हुए, एंड विद इन 10 मिनट्स वी फिनिश दैट, एंड हम लोग वो जो पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी थी वो जीत गए.
एक्सीलेंट.
तो दैट टाइम ओनली मैं अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से भी सीखी थी, हम लोग को अपना ईगो साइड रख के अगर हम टीम एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं तो वी शुड लिसन अदर्स. अगर उसमें कुछ ये है मतलब उनके पास ज्यादा नॉलेज है या एक्सपर्ट है उसमें, तो हमें उसको यूटिलाइज करना चाहिए इंस्टेड ऑफ कीपिंग आवर ईगो विद अस. So that was my experience.
Wonderful sharing, Neha. Thank you so much for your sharing. So Dipali and Neha, you have been always contributing to the class, your experiences. Please keep doing so, because this will also give a perspective to all of us that yes, this subject is being, every walk of your life you need it, isn't it? And you need to have that your antennas open to look out for where it is applicable. Sometimes you may not realize, sometimes you may recall later at the end of the day, अरे हाँ ये यहाँ पे applicable ऐसे हुआ, या फिर अरे हाँ मेरा ये ऐसे अप्रोच गलत हुआ, how I can rectify. और probably tomorrow कुछ अगले दिन कुछ आपका some kind of a work is there or some kind of a situation आपको face करनी है, तो you may have your mindset build in that particular aspect. Okay, Okay, with these concepts, you may definitely be in a better situation, isn't it? Okay, a win-win situation, I would always say. Okay, so behavioral patterns definitely here, apart from perception, your situational leadership, your understanding and empathy in listening, as well as understanding that situation and the person, so that you know the effect is positive always. Okay, no matter how that person is, with what experience you had with that person earlier, this is all at one side. Okay, so if you want to advance further, you have to be assertive, you have to be affirmative. At the same time, you have to have that team spirit which will lead you to the path of success. Okay, so this can go ahead. जैसे अभी इसने स्ट्रॉ का बोला दोनों ने, उसी तरह से प्लास्टिक कप का भी एक्सरसाइज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. उससे भी बहुत आपको you can try it out in your at your home of having a pyramid of plastic cup. I would avoid this plastic thing over here. I would say paper cups, okay, to be very precise and be environment friendly. You cannot touch the cups with any part of your body even if the cup falls, and you have find these pressures. You can just try out this exercise and see what is happening when you are alone, and then you can ask someone to help you without even communicating. Again, there are few learnings, how value of communication and proper communication. Okay, there are multiple learnings from these exercises if you think over. Okay, so friends, coming sorry coming further with the topic, meaning and definition of group. So basically, it's a collection of two or more interacting individuals with a stable pattern of relationships between them. Why stable? Because that group has been understood, that that group has been formed or evolved, and you have to work together for a considerable amount of time. So that stability is there for some timepiece. Okay, so there is a stable pattern of relationship between them who share common goal and who perceive themselves as being a group. Probably that group has been enforced officially or unofficially, it has been evolved. They possess some common characteristics, that is interaction among the members, common goal or interest. People see themselves as members. Two or more are needed to form a group. So even when you form a team, it could be of टू और मोर. अगर दो लोग हैं तो भी वो एक टीम होती है, तो भी वो एक ग्रुप होता है. दिस इज द नेचर ऑफ द ग्रुप. When we say a group, it is a two or more people. You are interacting with each other. People see themselves as the component or ingredient, part and parcel of that particular group. And definitely when we say it's a group, you are having a shared goal. When you say a simple team or a group of a friendship, okay, maybe two friends or more than two friends, okay, definitely goal है कि friendship बनी है तो उसको बनाए रखना है, वो trust, वो faith. Okay, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So many other things come up, okay, to maintain that friend. Same things applicable for a relation. Okay, relation are enforced by nature, maybe in a family, okay, or our extended family. Okay, that is been, if it is our family, it is given by nature. Okay, you don't have choice over there. Lekin the common goal is to maintain that relationship in any kind of situation. Even applicable for the extended family. Okay, extended family may be your other relatives apart from your family, or the extended family which you have established, it has been evolved in a particular situation as very close to you. Okay, so you need to balance all these things. Okay, you cannot have bias towards such kind of relationships. So you need to actually think in a broader way, because each and every relation has some or the other deep meaning, and you need to actually have to maintain it, okay, unbiasedly. There are many dynamics. That is the reason I'm having this session over here. How a group should be organized and conducted: as a set of techniques on working of internal groups. There are multiple dynamics: interaction between the groups, a perception of each member, a sharing of certain norms and values, and consequence interdependence. We are going to talk about this in the session. Few fundamentals of group dynamics: social capital, the productive potential of strong relationship, a goodwill, a trust, and obviously most important, cooperation. ये base है, ये building block है social capital. So we have been seeing what is a group: two or more freely interacting individuals who share a common identity and purpose and goal. There would be informal and formal groups, a collection of people seeking friendship and acceptance that satisfies esteem needs is a informal. Now I'm using this word esteem needs. Why? Because we have talked about Maslow's theory. Please remember, all these theories are interrelated. Whenever we talk about OB, okay, कोई भी case study आप solve करोगे तो you may not know which, I mean multiple concepts आपको यहाँ पे applicable हो सकते हैं. You can take help of understanding. So when we talk about groups, informal groups basically form होते हैं based on our self-esteem. I hope you understand and recall the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, roti kapda aur makan is my basic needs. Later on, I need love and affection. I need job security or a kind of a security in my society. I need some kind of recognition. I need some kind of self-awareness and self-actualization. I climb the pyramid as I mature in my age, my behavior, my situations which I face, the work which I am involved in, and the circumstances will take me to the levels of Maslow's theory. So self-esteem, when we talk about, okay, is another understanding wherein you are talking about the respect we get, the love and affection we get with high regard. We can consider this as esteem over here. Okay? Whereas formal group, Roshni Tedgure, your mic is unmuted, please. So group dynamics, further types of group would be formal, which is laid down to you, which is having a protocol which has been assigned, a collection of people created to do something productive that contributes to the success of the larger organization. It would be larger or smaller, whatever it is, a group. Like right now you are in a group, it's a formal group. You are in a class, MBA class, part 1, semester 1 at Matrix. So this is a formal group as far as this class is concerned. The moment the groups, when we come out of the class and we interact, maybe out of the college, somewhere we meet, it's an informal way of meeting. It's no more a class. Maybe full class is there, or maybe few of us are interacting in an informal way. Okay. Friendship in the workplace consideration, bosses being friends with the subordinates, putting limits on social media interaction. When you talk about some informal interactions at the workplace, okay, so these are the consideration. It could be bosses being friends with the subordinate, a very lively atmosphere in an organization, but then again with a pinch of salt. Okay, too much friendship may land him in the trouble, taken for granted. Okay, but at the same time, if he is not having any kind of a bonding, then again it is the extreme end. Okay, you need to balance here, as I always say. Okay, so putting limits on social media interaction may also be some of the consideration, not going with the flow, otherwise it may hamper your work. Attraction to the groups, attractiveness of the group, and cohesiveness of the group. Okay, means what? That is keeping you binded to the group. What is that? For example, you are in a great friendship because you are of maybe same age. If not, probably even I have friends who are children, kids, or I have friends of senior citizens where age doesn't matter. Probably the area of interest might attract, or probably their work experience, or maybe their way of behavior, or maybe the way they actually give me the respect or love and affection may have that kind of attractiveness towards the group. Or probably दोनों का goal एक ही है and we interact, okay, in a formal or an informal way. Cohesiveness mean what? It is the inner strength of the group that binds it. Okay, only then you are connected very strongly. अगर वो अंदर से cohesiveness नहीं है, वो अंदर से एक फीलिंग नहीं है कि आई एम टाइटली एसोसिएटेड, आई कैन रिलेट टू अ पर्सन व्हेन वी से, that is because of the great cohesiveness, the strength within us that actually connects us with the other individual. Okay, we sometimes call each other, okay, this friend is so nice, he's like my soul sister, or she's like my soul sister, or he's like my soul brother, soulmate. When we talk about, these are the concepts in the behavioral sciences. Okay, because of the cohesiveness, the inner strength, we are connected very strongly. Okay, then roles, socially determined ways of behaving in specific position might also affect the various group dynamics. There are certain norms or protocols. Norms are standards, degree of acceptability and unacceptability for conduct that helps individual judge what is right or good or bad in a given social settings, may it be informal or formal group for that matter. Norms are culturally derived and vary from one culture to another. So you may find it in a different way. We need to have a thought when you are in a different social group, different regional group, different country or different situation, different organization. Norms may differ. You need to be alert, okay, cautious about this environment. Because when we talk about the group, okay, maybe in Maharashtra the thing might be different understanding, or maybe in some other state it might have a different implication. Okay, maybe rural and urban area, different standards, protocols might apply. Okay, rules at home and rules at workplace may differ. Two different cultures in two different families, rules may differ. You need to be cautious and appreciate that and understand with empathy that you cannot have preconceived notions, and your interpretations should not be influenced by such factors. That is most important moral of our understanding of this session. Okay, you need to give some thought over the underlying norms which you might not be aware, or the underlying situation, in which situation that person might have reflected in that way, probably you are not aware. You need to give marks for this. You need to be considerate. Norms are usually unwritten yet have a strong influence on individual behavior. Norms go above and beyond small formal rules and written policies also. There are reasons that group enforces norms to facilitate the survival, to simplify and clarify role expectation, to help group members avoid embarrassing situations, to express key group values and enhance the group's unique identity. These would be some of the reasons underlying when a particular norm is being enforced. Ostracism, a new term in over here, rejection by the group for violation of its norm. That is ostracism. Okay, somebody is violating the norms, so he's or she's, what you can say, I cannot use the word thrown out of the group, but then given the understanding and there is some kind of rejection, because the probably if it is an ethical issue, or probably it is something which is hampering the image or feelings or reputation, or influencing the speed and time and pace of achieving the goal, culture, etc. Okay, there is a rejection from the group. Talking about the group development, how much time I have?
Um,
5 minutes.
No, no, no. 2 3 minutes. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I think we have 3 4 minutes. It's
3 4 minutes I'll
8:25.
consider. Okay, 4 minutes I'll consider. We'll have couple of concepts and then we'll stop here. So basically, when we talk about group development, characteristic of a mature group, you can consider these. Members are aware of each other's assets and liabilities. Individual differences are accepted with empathy, with tolerance, with broad mindedness. When we say, it is nothing but by having all the understanding, okay, about that individual and accepting as it is. The group's authority and interpersonal relationships are recognized, are respected, are accepted, okay, with high regard, because you're coming together for a purpose. Group decisions are made through rational discussion. There has to be brainstorming. There has to be, when we talk about a group discussion, there might also be arguments. Okay, but then these arguments shouldn't turn into disputes or conflicts. You need to control there. Conflict is over group issues, not emotional issues. When we have some kind of a brainstorming or some kind of a disagreement during the brainstorming, you need to be mature enough to be at a, be cool and understand that definitely when there is a brainstorming or when there is an argument, there is bound to be disagreements, there is bound to be some conflict. You need to have that cautious level in your mind. You need not go by the person, take him for or her granted, or have a what you can say, hammer on the emotional issues. Okay, you need to tackle it very diligently. Members are aware of the group's processes and their own roles in them. Okay, and if somebody is crossing their limits, politely, maturely, you need to actually make that person aware at a personal level. Please remember, you cannot have that person's maturity level questioned, or inability and disagreement questioned in the group itself. That again has a very different impact. So सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप आपको यहाँ पे दिखाने की जरूरत है, आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा उसके लिए सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप. Okay, otherwise the conflicts will worsen. Talking about team, a team is a small number of people with complementary or matching skills who are committed to a common purpose, common goal, and an approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. Teams are formed, definitely. They are formally formed. Three components of good team building: size, task, roles. So basically, all of these components are essential to build a productive and successful team. Okay, so when we talk about size, is bigger the better? What is your understanding? Any reflection? There is a bigger meaning over here. Basically, when you talk about typical IT team, adding the if a project is delayed, adding more number of team members is not going to solve the problem. Basically, it will worsen that problem. So size is a very, very crucial thing, whether to increase it or keep it the same or decrease it. There is a great amount of thought process behind it. What is the task based on that? Okay, whether the trained staff is available, skilled person is available, only then adding to it is going to affect. Otherwise, there will be cost for training that new person. There is a cost for coping up, because the time is going to waste in actually having the training done, gelling the person within the team. It may spoil even if the person is not gelling well. So many risks are there. So adding a team member to a delayed team of software development may not actually work in a given situation. Obviously, diligently, probably I will have to hire the person, or rather borrow the person from other teams. Again, the same things may happen. I need to see whether skilling is required there. What is the culture from which team I'm taking that person, or is it okay to empower the whatever team are there right now with me and get the thing done. I need to have that thought process behind me, that matured, and here the managerial skills come into picture. Okay, when it works out to be a situational leader over here, size matter. Okay, typically when you fold a particular if you have a piece of paper in front of you, okay, I would have done that activity. You can do it after the session. Hold the paper in your hand, a piece of paper, and try folding it. You will see that when you go on folding that paper in half, okay, you may not go beyond 8th level. Most of us will fold that piece of paper into half, further half, only 7 times. I challenge that to you. Maybe one of you all may go till 8th, whether the piece of paper is small or big or whatever. Just try it out. Okay, this is an exercise. I want the reflections from you all tomorrow. So size is concerned. Task depending on the other guy and the other team members. Roles, performance expectations from you. The profile is defined as what is your primary responsibility and secondary responsibility which you need to play for a particular task of accomplishment. Okay, so when you talk about size, what is the secret to a great team? Think small. Ideally, your team should have 7 to 9 people. If you have more than 15 to 20, you're dead. This is an understanding. We'll think about later tomorrow when you come up with the exercise reflection. Groups should contain no more than the task requires. If it is having more than 7 to 9 people, it is worth dividing that group into teams. I'm giving you some clue for tomorrow's reflection. Implication of large group, pros and cons. You can see here. More resources to achieve the goals based on knowledge, experience, skill, time, and effort. Also allows for division of labor, whereas problems are with respect to communication and coordination, low levels of motivation, satisfaction, and commitment. Pros: improves interaction within the team. Workers are more committed, motivated, and satisfied. Share information more easily. Workers are able to better see their contribution to the group success. Problems would be fewer people, fewer ideas, no innovation.